let me tell you the steps of a short sale. First off, you have a house that has a mortgage on it and you want to try to get the bank to accept a lower offer. Submit the offer to the bank. The bank sends you back a bunch of stuff that they need. You give them all that stuff. They tell you that they need the same stuff 2 more times. And then after you submit all that, they tell you that they need a second set of stuff that they didn't ask for the first time. You send them that. They get 2 or 3 guys together and you have to call each one of these guys several times. None of them know what's going on with it. And they just throw a bunch of stuff in a bag full of shake it up, throw it on their desk, and that's what you get. Steps of a short sale.
That is 100% accurate.
100% right. Short sales. Nothing short about them.
At all.
I'm working on a short sale right now, and we are about, 5 or 6 months into it. But in all seriousness, like with a short sale, I don't know. The banks, they have no idea what they are doing. There are usually like 3 or 4 departments that they send you to back to back to back. It's like they're not communicating with each other. Really depends on the bank on what you're going to get or what you may not get, or even just how the whole process goes. But I'm doing one right now, and we've been trying to get this thing closed for the longest. We got to the end, the bank sent their appraisers out, and now they want like $6,000 more than what the loan payoff is. We're going to get pictures of the house to show the condition that it's in, and also submit a rehab estimate, because their numbers are just completely way off. What they want the house for, they'll never get it. Houses on the street in the neighborhood aren't selling for that, and this one is it's in really, really rough shape.
I can't tell you how many failed attempts at a short sale that I've had personally. One, a woman was facing foreclosure. You had to, with her particular bank, you had to be within a 37-day period to start the process. She was 2 weeks from foreclosure. Tried everything we could, had a bomb offer for the house, but the bank was like, okay, we've got the offer, but it takes 5 days to approve. Okay, what after that 5 days? Then you send it up to management, and then that's another 7-day waiting period. So again, you're at the bank's mercy. I don't believe that they know what they're doing half the time.
They don't know what they're doing 100% of the
time. I had one to close successfully. It was last year. Young lady gave them everything they were asking for. The bank was very lenient. Hey, we got the offer. All we need is, payoff information. Boom, you can close it. Other ones, you don't get as lucky, like Mike just said.
It
stinks in here.
Real estate.
Real estate agent.
Real estate.
I hope that diaper didn't have shit in it.
Real estate.
Real estate agent.
Real estate. All right, hold this for me. Go ahead and get pictures. This house is awful.
It smells terrible.
You still record?
Stupid.
All right, guys. So we are at the end of this short sale deal. So let me back up for a second, because again, each bank is different. But in general, when banks are trying to do a short sale, what documents do they ask for?
Well, if you're going to be speaking with them on your client's behalf, you need a third-party authorization, but most banks require them to first call in with you on the phone to give you a verbal authorization, which lasts about 24 to 48 hours. Then they say, okay, you can send in some documentation, or while they're on the phone, they give you permission right then and there to speak with you for the term of the transaction.
Okay, what else?
Once you're getting into the specifics of it, you're going to need the purchase contract, of course. A lot of banks won't let you know what they'll take unless there's one offer on the table at least.
What else?
So you need a purchase agreement, all the documents that come with that. After that, it goes through extensive approvals and just weeks and weeks of different stuff. They may need a tax payoff, their documentation of the mortgage payoff. And again, this is before they push you to several different departments depending on what's going on. And from my experience, because I had some short sales that just didn't go through, but the one I did have to go through, I think she just needed the purchase contract, the third party approval, and pretty much just whatever was owed in taxes so that the bank could take care of that.
Right. And different banks, different situations, they ask for different documents. Sometimes they'll ask for like a repair estimate. Mm-hmm. They'll have an appraiser to go out and get an appraisal of the property. A lot of times their counter offer might be dependent on the appraisal.
And then we'll need the closing disclosure. Hardships, again, it depends on that person, the
hardship letters,
at the time, and they will get all in your present business in the hardship letter.
They will.
A lot of people deny the short sale and they just lose the property.
So I'll let you explain what a hardship letter is. What is a hardship letter? It's basically a letter saying what?
Basically a letter saying why we should go ahead and let you relinquish the property to us. What's all your current information now? Where do you work?
Yeah.
Your hours and stuff like that to prove that you really need to get this property off your hands.
Right. More or less the reasons why you can't repay the loan, or whatever the hardship is, just like it says. Mm-hmm. Right. So for this particular property, we've been asked a lot of that already, and I am at the very last thing that I am going to send. This is a last ditch effort to try to save this deal because we're already in like 6 months. So this is the email that I wrote back. First off, we got a counter offer. I won't say the price, but it's more than double what we offered on the house. They sent an appraiser out. The appraisal came back really high, and it's just not a good investment. But this is my response to that. I went like, I did word gymnastics on this one.
Beautiful.
It was the best. One of the best letters I've ever done. But anyway, like I said, this is a last ditch effort to try to get this one solved. So let me go to my computer, and I'm going to blank out some of the stuff. So starts off, good afternoon, Miss. I am Michael Hayes, the owner of the company who was attempting to purchase the abandoned property. I appreciate your swift response and counteroffer. However, it appears as though the appraiser did not take several things into consideration. Please see the link displaying the condition of the house here. A lot of times the banks, they don't really know the conditions of the house. So I included a link with all the pictures. You guys saw the walkthrough. The house is, the whole thing has to be redone. It's a house that is in 8+ years of open abandonment. This brings a few major issues. All mechanicals, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC will have to undergo extensive updating per the code books, as utilities have been off for more than a year. All of this is true. All of the utilities in this house will have to be updated. The property is also unsecured, with vandalism, squatting, and the effects of nature adding to the continued deterioration of the property. I have attached a rehab scope of work to detail the major repairs needed. This is not an average project, with mold remediation being a big concern. We will need to strip this house to the studs to rehab it correctly. Around $44,000. If you guys don't know, the cost of just like labor and lumber, all of that has gone completely just sky high at ridiculous prices. Also included is a list of recent sales near this house. Please take note that most of these houses are 3-bedroom houses. The offer price takes into consideration the work needed while only realizing a modest potential 10% profit. However, what I can offer you is the following. We can close this property this week. You can recover a significant portion of a loan right now that is several years in the making of being nearly forgotten. If it is a no, again, I understand, and we will not pursue this house any further past your responding email. As I am sure you all have much more pressing matters and will not want to push this on past the 6 months or so that we have already been involved, we would appreciate response no later than. So my team can either be prepared to close this and immediately solve an issue to you and the neighborhood, or prepare to let this one go. Thank you very much.
And if they're not sold after that one, I don't know what.
I don't know. Like, this has to do it.
That was excellent.
We hit send on this. Now we're just waiting on a response.